Shalom, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us his truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful like Akim that's teaching and preaching his truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Zak Yawasop, today's lesson is entitled, Keepers of the House Shall Tremble. Americans, get ready for a major dollar decline, and Lord willing, you be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which are the true names of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son. And as always, the sit-downs, the lessons, the street speaking, is for the remnant, the elect, the Israel, the Most High, and to use the gospel preached. And hey, Esau got to make his move soon. Too much going on in the Middle East. You know, you got people in America that's pretty much fed up of trying to accomplish the American dream and failing. You know, there's uproars of the people in the comment section speaking about how, the American dream is a scam. Buying a house is a scam. Going to college is a scam. Working for these jobs is a scam. You know, Esau's getting exposed. Esau's getting revealed. He can't hide himself. So now he has to, go forth with his agenda. At the end of the day, the global elites, and when we speak about the global elites, we're talking about the nobles of Edom, which Esau's Edom, and the Edomites are you so-called white people. And like I said, when we speak about the Edomites, we're talking about the elites, the global elites, the banking families. They have an agenda. They have a particular role to push in the last days, all right, on the left-hand side of the Most High. And hey man, the dollar has to collapse, which the dollar is strong. The dollar is way stronger than these other currencies. But the point is, the MOTB, which is the implantable technology that you see here on the screen, whether it looks like this or, the, you know, the grain of rice, C-hip, Esau has to get this ball rolling on this, So he's going to be causing a lot of disruptions in the economy. He's constantly pushing out these, what did they push out? The $95 billion aid that they sent to Taiwan, Israel, and Ukraine, which is also weakening the dollar, causing the purchasing power of the dollar to be weak. He has to do these things, okay? So here from AOL, it says, down for the count. Peter Schiff urges Americans to get ready for a major dollar decline. Predicts end of greenbacks as global reserve currency. Okay, so we're going to read a little bit of this, get into the prophecies. I've done lessons with this Peter Schiff guy, and he's an economist. All right, let's go ahead and get the etymology of economist real quick. It's always good to go into these words to get an understanding of what's being said. Now, the word economist, and by the way, this is etymology online. Let me put this in the chat to the newly tuning in Akim, and shalom to the Akim and the Akwaf that's listening and learning. Shalom. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, shalom. All right. So I put the etymology online for the newly tuning in Akim. Etymology just simply means root. You're able to go into the word to see what it means. But this Peter Schiff guy is an economist. An economist is an individual that looks over the house. It says from the 1530s, household management, right? Household management, thrift, manager, steward, house, abode, dwelling. So a person that looks over the house, looks over the finances to see how things is moving forward, seeing if everything is going in the right direction. So it says economist Peter Schiff has warned Americans to get ready for a major dollar decline. And let me put this in the chat as well. All right. And we love articles like this, man. That lets us know what time and season we're in. It says the genesis of his gloomy outlook, all right, is basically his bad prophecy. For the greenback, the American dollar, will come as no surprise to those who understand Skiff's gold first investing philosophy. All right, commercial real estate has been the stock market for 25 years. No, slack it. Commercial real estate has beaten the stock market for 25 years, but only the super rich could buy in. And that's another thing. The prices of houses expensive. The prices of renting apartments is getting expensive. Why? Because interest rates is getting higher, property taxes is getting higher, and insurance is getting higher, you know? So now for the average American is pretty much impossible to buy a home, and especially with the banks giving out these they call them ARM loans, which is a ARM is an acronym for adjustable rate mortgage. So when you get a house, they'll tell you, okay, you have an adjustable rate mortgage or a variable rate mortgage. For the first 2 years, you lock in at $1,500 a month, but after the 2 years, that 1,500 can turn into 2,700. So a lot of people are stuck with these loans, man, these home loans, and hey, if you're a brother in the truth, don't even think about buying no house, man, because it's a scam. You got to worry about property taxes going up, building materials going up, having contractors come out there and fix whatever. It's in the thousands. So, be mindful on these different things. It's better to just rent. You can rent and get up out of there when the time comes. It says, here's how even ordinary investors can become the landlord of Walmart, Whole Foods, and Kroger. Or here's another point. Cost of living in America is out of control, and not constantly through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Speak about these things, and hey, Esau wants to weaken everybody. And I speak about the what is it? The high is it Hegelian dialectic, which is problem, reaction, solution. See, Esau's causing a problem by having these different financial crises people are suffering from. The reaction is the outcry, and then the solution is ultimately he's finna change this monetary system. All right, because all this debt that America has accumulated is just causing things to be even worse. It says cost of living in America is still out of control. It says no matter what the U.S. Fed does or says. And let me show y'all something real quick. Our scriptures speak about the upwards of the people. Now, that's not just limited to people going out on the streets and going out in the streets protesting. Hey, don't shy away from the comment board. Look at this. This is from D's African perspective. I like looking at these videos because it gives you good talking points. And then when you go to the comment board, it's filled with people sighing and crying. All right, you have 418 comments. I'm going to read about 5. This is from La Original 7118. I'm going to get to the precepts. The cost of living is going up and people still ask you, when are you having babies? I remember when one bedroom used to be 300 to 400. All right. If they're raising the rent, they should lower the requirements for people to receive food stamps and assuming because clearly we need it. One bedroom in a bad complex with undesirable neighbors is 1,500 something. If they want 3 times the rent in order to qualify, then they should take the average income for the area divided by 3, and that should be the rent cap. People are literally living with each other out of convenience now. This is the upwards of the people. All right. Rent is high. The American dream, you cannot accomplish it. All right. It's too expensive. You're not buying a house, purchasing cars, all these different things is affecting people. And that dude, Carl Schwab, said, you will own nothing and be happy. All right. And they really standing on that. So let's see if we can pull anything else from this article. De-dollarization, the downfall of the dollar. It says Skiff is predicting or prophesying a phenomenon known as de-dollarization. When countries shift away from the greenback as a reserve currency medium, a medium of exchange or unit of account, it's true that the dollar has experienced a slow decline in recent years. IMF data shows the IMF is the International Monetary Fund, which is basically the America's banks, shows the greenback share of global allocated foreign exchange reserve has fallen by around 7% since early 2016. But central banks still rely heavily on the U.S. dollar, with the currency accounting for 58 percent of reserves in the fourth quarter of 2023 compared to the euro, yada, yada, yada. The point is, this financial advisor, which this guy is very reputable, this Peter Schiff dude, he foresee the downfall of the American dollar, and he's an insider. So this is Ecclesiastes 12:1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. Yeah, you want to come into the truth when you're young. All right, the Lord does call the young man, but with balance, you do have other older brothers in the truth. You want to come in young so you can put your energy and your strength into this. As it says here, while the evil days come not, before Jacob's trouble come. All right, nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Yeah, you don't want to come in this truth when you're old and set in your ways, because, hey, you old and set in your ways, you hear this truth, you don't want to repent. You figure you didn't live your life already. You've experienced life already. You're pretty much ready to go. So you want to come in this truth when you're young. Verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Now the script is layered. So first and foremost, it's talking about before the destruction come. When a second death happens, which is by way of thermonuclear destruction during World War III, or as the scriptures call it, the third woe, as well as the laser beams being shot out of the chariots, it's going to destroy Babylon the Great. And that smoke is going to rise up to the sun. Rise up in the skies and block out the sun, moon, and the stars. But this is also speaking about before this truth is being taken away. This knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is likened unto lights. You want to come in this truth before this truth not be accessible. All right. I speak about this truth being synonymous to light. So Isaiah 60. Isaiah 60:1, it says, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. What's the glory that's risen upon thee? This information. For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness to people. And when you go into this word darkness here, it goes back to the Hebrew word chashak. That's the ha, the sha, the ka, chashak. The outline of biblical usage shows darkness, obscurity, but when you go to the Strong's definitions, it says ignorance. Ignorance is covering the whole world. People don't know the truth. Wickedness is covering the whole world. Misery is covering the whole world. And we saw it on that comment board. When you read these comments, everybody is miserable. Everybody hates this American system. Everybody feel like they've been lied to. And these people is going to revolt. We read 2 Esdras 15 all the time, where it speaks about they shall not regard their princes and their governors, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. These people is going to revolt. You touching these people's finances. You taking food from these people. You taking housing from these people. And the Apocrypha say, he that taketh a man's home slayeth him. Esau is basically killing these people financially. And these people, they going, these people's going to turn up. Scripture speak about the love of many waxing cold. It's going to wax cold because people ain't got shit. When people ain't got nothing, they going to lose it. So that darkness that's covering the earth is misery, destruction, death, ignorance, sorrow, wickedness. 2 Esdras 15 speak about how wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole world. Isaiah 60:2. For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. The glory is the light, this information. So you want to come in this truth before this information be taken away. They already trying to police the internet even more. They're using what they call technocracy, which is basically these people are able to help out certain situations by way of science and technology. They look at data, they look at computer trends and seeing all these different things, and it tells them how they should solve problems. And hey, they gonna say that, hey, there's a uprising of people off the internet getting as they will call it, they're getting brainwashed on the internet. They leaving off from American principles. Hey, we gotta figure that out. They're already talking about taking TikTok away, which on TikTok is exposing a whole bunch of stuff, and it's quick. The information that you get on TikTok is less than a minute, and it's doing a lot of exposing. A lot of these videos where people are talking about the economy and how they're suffering, These are short TikTok videos, you know, short TikTok videos of people suffering. And once again, I'm going to put this in the chat, and bros, check that out. Oh, yep. Yep. The brother said GMS version Island Straight Gate, you will own nothing and be happy. And that's what that guy, Carl Schwab, said, you know, because the more stuff you own here, the more you have to be attached to the system to make sure the stuff that you have, is still accessible for you. All right. So back in Ecclesiastes 12:2, it says, while the sun or the light or the moon and the stars be not darkened, or the clouds return after the rain, talking about the destruction. The Lord is going to rain missiles upon Babylon the Great, which is America. Here's the point. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. What's a keeper of the house? It's an economist. Like we were going into on the online etymology of the word economy, means household management. You have this guy, Peter Schiff. All right, he's an economist. So as it says here, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the economist is trembling. They're worried because they don't see a future for America, a good future for America. They've been predicting a recession and all this other stuff. Hey, one day it's going to come. One day, everything that these people work for is going to be worth nothing. And all you got is the clothes on your back. Hey, that's why we push repentance and converting and worship into true power, so you can get the hedge of protection, because all hell going to break loose, man. Not only is the economy going to collapse, you're going to have to worry about famine and pestilences and people breaking in houses, home invasions, all kind of civil unrest. So it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble and the strong man shall bow themselves, talking about the military men, because the Lord is showing himself in the heavens by way of these chariots. These chariots, which they call UFOs, the U.S. military and the military and armies of the world do not have a shot at conquering the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. The Egyptian strength is flesh, and the Most High strength is the spirit, like it's saying in Isaiah. Let me see if I can grab something real quick in Isaiah. I want to say it's 30. Isaiah 30:1, it says, woe to the rebellious children, pursuant to Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter. The rebellious children are Israelites. Saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me. All right, you're supposed to be taking the Lord's counsel, which that counsel comes out of the mouths of the prophets. And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, which is iniquity. So if you're not taking the counsel of the Lord, you're taking on another covering. You're not covered by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You got the strange apparel on. You got fig leaves and shit on. You got another covering. You got another spirit on you. And when you have a different covering or a different spirit on you, you add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt, trusting in this infrastructure, trusting in the political system, trusting in the government, trusting in the presidents and all these other different things. It says, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Yeah, you trusting in this place. And the reason why there's this great uproar of these people is because people trust it in America. They trust it in everything that this economy offered them, and it's failing them. That's why it's a big outcry on the comment board. Everybody is sighing and crying financially. And like we were reading on this article, Americans get ready for a major dollar decline. If people are already lighting up the comment board, and this woman, Dee's African perspective, she don't even have a lot of followers, but she sure do get a lot of comments, and everybody is pretty much saying the same thing. But back in Isaiah 30:2, towards the end, it says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and trust in the shadow of Egypt. People that trust in this system, they're about to get confounded. They're already saying that 911 services was down in 5 states. Look at these articles I got up here. And this was last year in November. U.S. debt to top 50 trillion. That was in November of last year. So where is it at now? It's even higher. Then Millions of men are leaving the workforce. Here's the lasting impact that it has on the economy. Men is checking up out of this shit because a man typically works hard so he can bring the money to his wife, to his house. The scriptures speak about that. A man tools and do all these things, put himself in dangerous situations to bring it all back to his love. So if relationships are failing here in America, men don't have nothing to work for. So they leaving that. All right. Then tough times ahead for U.S. consumers. Decreasing spending power is signaling trouble for the economy, according to Chris Waiting. So, the signs is all over the place and people are feeling it. Like I said, read the don't abhor the comment board. Read the comment board. Now, the comment board on a lot of this stuff, it do be bots, so you want to stay away from the super popular YouTube, channels. You want to go with the lowly, and you encounter, real people, real comments. But hey, everybody is sighing and crying. Let me see something. Let me hit Isaiah 30:3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt be your confusion. And that's what people are experiencing. People that trust in this American system, people trust in the way, they're trying to do the American way and working hard and climbing up the corporate ladder. And eventually I'm going to save money. I'm going to buy me a house and I'm going to take trips. I'm going to go to college and I'm going to have me a family. I'm going to get a wife. I'm going to have children, and then I'm going to retire when I'm 75. All that stuff is becoming these people's shame and their confusion because they trust in Pharaoh in Egypt. So let me finish out over here in Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the financial advisors don't see a bright future for America. And the strong men shall bow themselves, the military men. You even see it over there in Ukraine. They have to draft men and women, and they lowered their requirements. Men aren't joining the army. There's no point to join the army. That's why the scriptures speak about a draft coming. All these people who have been beat down financially, don't have a job, then got kicked out. Joining the army is going to be a form of salvation for a lot of people. Oh, I can join the army. I can travel. I got food. I got clothes. I got somewhere to sleep and I get paid. Oh, man, I'll go ahead and join. Hey, Esau is crafty, man. It says, and the grinders cease because there are few. Talking about the jobs. And this woman, she did another video going into how complicated it's been to find a job. Let me see. CDC. And like I was saying earlier, look, mortgage payments went from $2,500 a month to $7,500 a month. People getting finessed with buying these houses. Let's see. It was another video. You got Americans hey, watch these other guys, man. Of course, you eat the meat and spit out the bones, but these other guys, these channels, man, they be bringing out good talking points to add to your teaching, But is leaving America the new American dream? Yeah, people want to get out of here because it's inexpensive to live outside the country. But here it is right here. People struggling to get let me see. People are struggling to get hired, right? Like we were reading in Ecclesiastes 12:3, spoke about the grinding cease because there are few. Talking about the jobs is being limited. So here you can read some of these comments. Let's read one of them. Look, companies are paying low hourly rates because they know it's hard to find a job. They know people are desperate enough that someone will take the low ball offer, and that's true. Employers are pure evil by not paying livable wages. It costs no less than $5,000 a month just to exist and live meagerly. We need livable wages, livable wage laws. Look what they're saying. People is prophesying evil against this place. Violence and crime are about to go through the roof. Lord put the spirit of prophecy on these people. Look at this. You guys are misunderstanding. They don't want to hire people who are currently not working because they figure those people can survive without a job. They don't want to hire people who can survive without a job because they can't threaten them as easily as they can people who can't leave their job until they get a new one. Those people are easier to abuse it. And they got 78 likes. Yeah, that's facts. So hey, like I said, read the comment board. These people, this the uproars. People are sighing because of the oppressor. Not only just us, but everybody. But back in Ecclesiastes 12:3, it says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and their grinding cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened." Talking about the financial advisors again. They that look out of the windows, they looking into the future. They trying to see how things are going. What's going to be happening 5 years from now? What's going to be happening 10 years from now? So when they looking out, it's darkened, meaning they don't see a bright future. Things is getting grim. And the doors of the street shall be shut. Slakia. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Yeah, job closing. He shall rise up at the voice of the bird. Man waking up early trying to get it. And all the daughters of music shall be brought low. The music, the entertainment, all this shit is being brought low. Look at the celebrity world. All these celebrities is getting exposed. They all have sex and commit adultery on each other. They ain't got the money that they projecting that they have. They getting sued left and right. They got secret videos of them doing abominable works. So the entertainment, the music, the sports betting, everything is being brought low. All right. So I ain't gonna drag it out. Great news, man. I love reading these articles where they predicting the end of the American dollar. All right. So I'm going to leave it at that. Lord willing, we're edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, the water for tuning in, Akim and Akwaf. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom, Akim, stay strong, stay watching.